In our community chair, it is said that a suspicious and thievish dog will run when you just kneel to pick a leaf from the floor. You can see the foxes scampering for safety before I even mention their names.
Kisumu has official residences for both the governor and the deputy governor and a few other counties. So what I am asking, because I know the governor may say that we've not built. Yes, we do not need to build, but we can rent out an official residence for the office of the deputy governor, and it is facilitated.
It breaks my heart that over and over I saw your team and our team working together to get elected. Immediately after we got elected, you've been shafted, some of us have been shafted, and we are saying something has to be done because devolution was never meant to be adversarial. It was supposed to be complementary.
As soon as I had been sworn in, that same day, I came to Nairobi to participate in the presidential election petition. And I left him running the county for 2-3 months. And when I went back, I think he was expecting a reversal of role that I would be the deputy. In fact, he said, Orengo, you have got a very big name. You help Raila Odinga.
Now that after his salvation at the Senate, he can no longer land. It's too hot and the smoke is too much for him to breathe in Siaya County.
In fact, he says, he doesn't even say the Senate saved him. As I've quoted, he said, Kenya Kwanza saved me.
That, oh, no, this thing, we must rein in there. But I don't think, Mr. Chairman, and this is not an issue we can tackle like that. And if you think that is the way you can go, try it, and let's see how you succeed.
There are some who have raised issues about whether the deputy governor should have his own budget. Our argument is yes.
And if you look at the Constitution, a deputy governor is never elected. It talks about the election of the governor.
A letter that he wrote on 6th May that is saying that intervention of the Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on refusal by the governor for Siaya County, His Excellency Senior Counsel James Orengo, UGH, to accept me back to the Siaya County despite Senate dismissal of my impeachment. So from there now I want you to read on your own. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Chair and Committee again. As instructed and guided by the Chair, I'm going to read the letter that I'd written to the Speaker, the Honorable Amason Jeffer King, on the 6th of May. And the Chair already talked about the subject of my letter to the Speaker. I, Honorable CPA Dr. William Oduol, the undersigned, states as follows. I'm the Deputy Governor of Siaya County Government, having been duly elected to the said position under the provisions of Article 180 of the Constitution in the national gubernatorial elections held on 9th August 2022. I was elected to deputize Honorable James Orengo, hereafter referred to as the Governor, who is currently the sitting Governor of Siaya County Government. And B, draw the attention of the Honorable Speaker to the following. Number 2, and that's the background, 2.1, that the Senate of the Republic of Kenya, at a special sitting held on the 26th June 2023, dismissed the Siaya Deputy Governor's impeachment motion brought before it by the County Assembly of Siaya and made the following recommendations. Recommendation number 1 was that the Deputy Governor to go back and execute on his constitutional mandate, and I quote you, Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33, subsection 8 of the County Government Act, and Standing Order 87 of the Senate Standing Orders, the Senate has failed to remove from office by impeachment William Oduol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and that the Deputy Governor continues to hold office. Recommendation number 2 was that the Governor and his Deputy must continue working together to deliver much needed services to the people. Recommendation number 3 was that there is need to develop a legal framework on the role, mandate, staffing, and resourcing of the Office of the Deputy Governor, including a budgetary allocation. and that the EACC was to investigate the procurement of the Deputy Governor's chair of 1.2 million and appropriate action be taken against any person found culpable. And the last recommendation from the Senate session was that the Office of the Auditor General to undertake a special audit of the Siaya County procurement processes to establish whether there was value for money and report the Senate within 90 days of tabling the Senate report on impeachment. That on my return to Siaya County Chair and Committee, following the unsuccessful impeachment, the governor, using his security and goons, physically ejected me from my office and locked all the doors, including the main entrance to my office. I reported this incident to the CCIO, Siaya, under OB number, which OB number is theirs, number 55-13-07-2023, investigating officer Inspector Korese of telephone number 072813710 on the 13th of July. This case is still ongoing. That the governor, after unsuccessful impeachment, completely blocked me from any county activities, does not delegate to me any duties, has instructed executive members not to deal with me, has completely refused to invite me to cabinet meetings, as was the practice before, continues to withhold all my allowances and benefits, including fueling of my official vehicle, without explanation. Equally, my office is not facilitated and no petty cash reimbursement effected over there, so the office is basically incapacitated. That the governor, through public pronouncements, impunity and bravado, has appointed the MCA for Siaya Town Ward, the Honorable Obiero Tare, as his acting deputy governor, while there is a substantive deputy governor, contrary to the Constitution and all other relevant laws and statutes. That the SRC circular of June 2022 on remuneration and benefits of state officers directed the governors and deputy governors be provided with official residences, whether owned or rented. This has not happened in Siaya County, therefore impeding effective service delivery to the residents. So to the specific issues that I raised with the Speaker and I raised through this committee, exclusion from the Siaya County Executive Committee meetings, that having been duly elected Governor of Siaya County Government, I am entitled to attend all the County Executive Committee meetings by dint of Article 179 of the Constitution. That sometime in April 2023, after my relationship with the governor deteriorated, I was completely excluded from the County Executive Committee meeting. That I have not attended any of the County Executive Committee meetings since April 2023. The County Secretary who convened said meetings has never invited me to those meetings, as was the practice before. That on one occasion I attempted to attend the County Executive Committee meeting held on 27th April 23, but I was blocked from attending the said meeting by the governor's security officers and goons. That via a letter dated 28th April, I complained to the governor of my exclusion from the County Executive Committee meetings, but to date and even after the impeachment was dismissed, no action has been taken by the governor to ensure my attendance to the said meetings. And Chair and the committee, I will be presenting evidence of all the correspondences that I have been making complaints, letters, duly received by the various offices, whether it's the governor's office, the county secretary's office, copied to the county assembly. That my exclusion from the County Executive Committee meetings of the Siaya County government is a deliberate unlawful and blatant violation of Article 179 of the Constitution, which provides for the constitution of the County Executive Committee to include the county governor, the deputy governor, and the County Executive Committee members duly appointed by the county governor with the approval of the county assembly. That this position has obtained even after the dismissal of my impeachment, and the governor continues to be in contempt of the Senate decision and recommendations of the 26th of June 2023. The second issue that I raised with the Speaker and subsequently this committee is a withdrawal of utility car and county security officers. That on the 21st March 2023, the county government of Siaya withdrew my utility car and redeployed the county security officers attached to me without any reasons, explanations, or reference to me. That void letter dated 28 April 2023, I complained of the withdrawal of my utility car and the redeployment of the county security officers by the county secretary, but no action was ever taken to reinstate the said car and the county security officers. That the withdrawal of my utility car and redeployment of the county security officers attached to me without replacement and without reasons is unlawful and a violation of my rights under Article 47 of the Constitution. The third one was refusing to provide fuel for my official car. That the county government of Siaya, further without any explanation, stopped providing fuel for my official car since April 2023. I therefore fuel my official car while inspecting projects or attending to official duties of the. And I will also be presenting receipts of that I have been using to fuel the official car. I will be presenting a formal complaint letter that I had written to the county secretary, copied governor, and the relevant arms of county government of Siaya. That via an internal memo dated 10th May 2023, I brought to the attention of the county secretary about the abrupt stop by the county government of Siaya to fuel my car, but to date the issue has not been addressed. That this deliberate failure by the county government of Siaya to provide fuel for my official motor vehicle is unlawful and contrary to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission recommendations on the remuneration of county government and benefits of state officers in the executive of the county government as per SRC circular. Chair and committee, again, I will be presenting for record to this committee the Kenya Gazette of July 2022, SRC Kenya Gazette that prescribes benefits attributable to the office of the deputy governor and those of that of the governor. Attempt to resolve the dispute. That I have made the following efforts to have the matters raised above addressed by the county secretary and the governor of the Siaya County government, but they have failed to offer any solutions or give satisfactory response. That via a letter dated 28 April 2023, I complained to the governor of my exclusion from the county executive committee meetings, but to date, no action has been taken by the governor to ensure my attendance at the said meetings. That sometime in July and August last year, I reached out to Siaya County Luo Council of Elders through their chairman, Mr. Ayaga, expressing willingness to be reconciled with the governor, especially after the Senate recommendations, but this did not bear fruits as the governor was not willing. I've also reached out to some clergy and church leaders, especially Reverend Wachianga in Siaya, without much success. I even went further and made an impassioned appeal in all media outlets, but all this turned on deaf ears. That via the letter dated 28 April 2023, I complained of the withdrawal of my utility car and the redeployment of the county secretary officers to the county secretary, but no action was ever taken to reinstate the utility car. That via an internal memo dated 10th May 2023, I brought to the attention of the county secretary about the abrupt stop by the county government of Siaya to fuel my official car, but to date the issue has not also been addressed. That I have made the best efforts to have these matters addressed by the relevant authorities, all of which have failed to give a satisfactory response. That I confirm that the issues I have raised above are not pending before any court or constitutional office, whereof I humbly pray to you, Mr. Speaker, and the Senate, and as a consequence, this committee, that the Senate directs the county government of Siaya to include and involve the deputy governor in all its county executive committee meetings as recommended after the impeachment dismissal. That the Senate directs the county government of Siaya to reinstate my utility car and county security officers attached to me to guarantee security. That the Senate directs the county government of Siaya to provide fuel for the deputy governor's official motor vehicle and to reimburse his monies expended in fueling of his official motor vehicle while performing official duties. That the Senate directs that the county government facilitates the office of the deputy governor, reimburses his staff allowances and office petty cash. That the Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations conducts a visit to Siaya County for a fact-finding mission on the above-raised issues that have affected the smooth running of Siaya County affairs, which have worsened intergovernmental relations at the county level, and make appropriate recommendations. That the Senate directs that the county government provides the Deputy Governor with an official residence as per SRC Circular of June 2022 on remuneration of state officers. It is a material, and this is important, it is a material that the county may not have constructed both the governor and the deputy governor's residence. SRC foresaw that and prescribed that the county should rent an official residence for both under those circumstances. The official residence is not a favor or a courtesy extended to the deputy governor, but a tool to enable him to discharge his responsibilities efficiently and effectively. That the Senate compels EACC to provide a status update on the procurement of the deputy governor's chair of Kenya shillings 1.2 million and whether appropriate actions have been taken against any person or persons found culpable. And that the Office of the Auditor General to provide a status report on the special audit of the Siaya County procurement process to establish whether there was value for money as recommended by the Senate. And that the governor of the Siaya County be personally surcharged for snubbing Senate recommendations and for contempt of the proceedings and decisions therefrom. And lastly, my prayer was that the Senate, working with other arms of government, prioritizes and accelerates the anchoring of the duties, roles, and responsibilities of the deputy governors. This clear delineation of roles and duties should also be accompanied with a deliberate budgetary allocation to enable the office function without political interference from the office of the governor or other quarters. Honorable Speaker, in the spirit of reconciliation, promotion of good governance, and ensuring the realization of the objects of the devolution, I write to you to invite the Senate Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations and the Senate at large to intervene on this matter and ensure that the interests of the County of Siaya, its citizens, and government is protected. Sincerely signed by myself and copied the Clerk of the Senate and the Chairperson on the Senate Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations.
Thank you so much, Deputy Governor. I think I've heard your concerns and we have heard your villages, your humble prayer. I think what I'll do is actually ask the other members of the Senate maybe to give comments before I give my comment. Yeah, Mr. Maybe you can ask for clarification.
Thank you, Chair. Through you, good morning, DG.
Good morning.
At a personal level, this is a very sad scenario for me. I will not discuss the merits or demerits of it because the committee chair has already made a ruling on what we'll do.
Yeah.
The general feel. But it is sad. It is very sad. This committee has had an opportunity to engage other county governments, executive county governments, where the deputies were having issues. As you know, in Kisii, we were unable to intervene on time.
Yeah.
How I wish we had never allowed it to go that way.
Yeah.
This committee has been engaged in Trans Nzoia County, and I believe that Governor Natembeya has been really magnanimous. He has carried himself with the dignity we expected. So for me, being an ODM senator and coming from the larger Nyanza area is actually a heartbreak because this was never what devolution was meant to be. I believe this committee will be seized of the issues, and I believe that we'll come up with a concrete way forward. The last point I wanted to raise is that you can be rest assured that this committee, the budget committee, the CIPA committee, we are deliberately discussing and JLAC on how we must come up with a strategy on how to ring-fence the position of the deputy governor. There are some who have raised issues about whether the deputy governor should have his own budget. Our argument is yes. and responsibilities that befit the office. Because after all, these are public offices. Then it's not your personal thing. It's not our personal thing. Finally, I want to say that it breaks my heart that over and over I saw your team and our team working together to get elected. Immediately after we got elected, you've been shafted, some of us have been shafted, and we are saying something has to be done because devolution was never meant to be adversarial. It was supposed to be complementary, and we'll wait and hear what the governor says, and then we'll conclusively give our remarks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Joka. I want to ask Senator Nzena, for record purpose, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chair. Sorry, Your Excellency, and all protocol observed. Good morning. Is it morning? It's good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Senator Izena Lemalitian from Samburu County and the Youth Senator, and I'm a member of this committee. And I'm happy to be here today to get your side of things. We worked very closely during the time of campaign, and I echo my colleague Senator Onyong in reiterating that this is quite a very heartbreaking situation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, before the other members speak, talk, Deputy Governor, please, I want all the documents that you have to table. It's got to be attachment can belong to the Senate. That will be proper to the Senate.
So, Chair.
Yeah, all documents that you have.
Yeah. Shall I mention them? What I'm tabling?
Yeah, for record purpose, just go ahead.
Okay. So I have a couple of evidence supporting my claims.
Yeah.
The number one is there are a couple of invitations that I have been invited to, official, that the county of government of Siaya have since refused to facilitate me to attend. This was the forum for the devolution conference, which I think is at the heart of this particular committee. The one that was held in Eldoret, I was not facilitated. I actually had to go, but still, I used my own money. I also have one on the Sugar Authority that was taking place in Western. Again, I was not facilitated. I have claims for fuel reimbursements because they're going to ask, perhaps, have I ever asked for reimbursement and what happened? I have claims that I made in the month of August last year. For about, this is just one of them, and there are many. I just brought one, which is about 357,000 Kenya shillings, because I also repair. I'm the one who repairs the official car. I am the one who services it. So I have claims with requisitions sent to the office of the Department of Governance, and I was turned down. I have a letter that I wrote asking about fuel because they are going to say I never asked and I never complained, that I'm submitting for your perusal. I have just about to finish. There's one also for an invitation for Kisa Games in Kilifi County. Again, the county turned that down for me. The last one, minutes of cabinet meetings, where I complained about me blocked from attending the cabinet. I have a letter, a complaint letter. And by the way, in all these letters, I would make sure that governor has visibility and the county assembly, including the chair of governance and committee at the county assembly, the committee in charge of oversight. I would copy them, but of course nothing. Yeah, they are all received. They are stamped received. I have requisitions for allowances for me and my staff here that have never been paid. 134,000, 400,000. I have, for want of time, and I made a couple of copies. I think I have about 5 copies. So that should be able to. So in all the cases, Chair, that I've raised with the committee here, I have attempted as much as possible to provide you all the evidence. So I ask that you submit them for record purposes.
Chair,
There are a couple of copies.
Sure.
can I speak?
Sorry?
Can I speak?
Yeah, you may.
All right. Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to ask the Deputy Governor because he has taken us through his submissions and in the tone of the submissions is that in various instances I complained. I don't know whether to you does that sound reconciliatory? Does it because and two, you have also said that the Senate to direct and to force the Siaya Governor to implement the rulings of the Senate. The Senate may have ruled the way it ruled in the impeachment case. But do you, in all honesty, believe that, two individuals can be forced to work together if they are not willing to work together? And finally, Chair, I just want to ask the Deputy Governor, and maybe all of us here in this hall, will we ever experience a situation in this country that a Kenyan can graciously decide this situation is not working and decides to step aside, all factors notwithstanding? You say for the sake of the Siaya people, for the sake of service delivery, and in your own conscience, can any one of us decide to take a walk and just give room to people to take over the service if they can't work with you? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Just maybe two clarifications from the Deputy. Yeah?
Before you proceed, we also have time, in the interest of time. I want you guys to be a bit be brief.
Okay. So thank you, Chair. Just Deputy Governor. Section 32 of the County Government Act clearly stipulates that the work of the Deputy Governor is to be the principal assistant to the Governor. On the issue of you've indicated that you fuel your car while doing some official duties like inspecting projects and attending duties. I would want to know, in inspection duties, were they assigned to you by the Governor, or you just decided to attend? And I would also want you to maybe tell this committee that you've clearly been going to your offices, that you've been working, irrespective of the situation as it may. I also appreciate that you tried to reach out to various people to try and resolve this problem. And I note that the Senator of Siaya, the Honorable Wajir Odinga, is a member of this committee, and I've not heard anywhere that you tried to reach to him as an elder of the county to try maybe to see whether he can intervene, the situation can work better. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Buru.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I want to welcome William Oduol and his team to this committee. All of them are well known to me. So, Mr. Chairman, I don't want to be prejudicial. So, Mr. Chairman, I want the committee to make their decision without my possible prejudices as the Siaya community. But, this letter, Mr. Chairman, to me appears to be non-reconciliatory. The review to order the governor to do this, order the governor to do this. But I know if maybe we had law which gave the deputy governors specific roles which they can do, and even specific budgets which we are trying to do. But for now, he is the principal assistant of the governor. He is supposed to deputize the governor. And the best we can do is to bring reconciliation between them, and not to say we are forcing the governor, that the governor must agree to work with you because the law says so. The law might say so, but this is a political process. You know, we elected you as our deputy governor. We campaigned together. You campaigned for me as much as I campaigned for you. And we worked as ODM. Since then, of course, you left ODM and you have said you are coordinating the activities of Kenya Kwanza in Siaya. And this one you have said publicly, and that you are leading the opposition. I don't know how
Senator, is that official?
Oh, well, it is official. He said it publicly. Okay. If it is, he says publicly, so it is not something which is not. It's a secret. So, Mr. Chairman, I don't know how they will. We have to try to bring that mixture together. That they can reconcile the deputy governor. You need to tone down so that you give us room for reconciliation. If you are saying that, because all the letters that you have given to us here that you attempted, these were before the impeachment process. I have not seen, maybe only one, which was in July, when you attempted to attend the meeting. But most of the letters that you wrote to them were before. All of them were in April and May. And I have not seen any attempt that you have made. But anyway, Mr. Chairman, I don't want to give up. We should try to bring even the most difficult situation, try to find a solution. Personally, Oduol is my friend, and we have been together long, and he has not talked to me. I just hear him in the press, very loud in the press. So I don't know, Mr. Chairman, okay, how we are going to do it. But I expect you, Mr. Chairman, to try some some way of bringing reconciliation, not saying that we are going to with the government. His case had already been determined by the Senate. The Senate said he should go back to his office. He has gone back. He has an office there. He has a car. But the complaints here is not being fueled. Another one was withdrawn. So let's see how he can get those ones back. Okay.
Thank you, Senator Buru. Senator Kadri Mumba.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. And I'd like to welcome the DG and to actually thank him for trying to make the effort for reconciliation. But as Senator Oburu says, we need to be clear on whether it is reconciliation or whether we just want it is part of the ping pong going on. Chair, it is sad that the issue of governors and DGs is a big problem in many counties, and to assure DG that as an overall we are concerned as the Senate and the Senate Devolution Committee on how best we can improve working relationships between governors and DGs. Now, looking at your submission, there are a few things I want to ask. You've given us the black and white legal perception of, you've submitted the legal part of the story. What you have not submitted, DG, is the political part of the story. Honorable Chair, soon after the impeachment process, there was immediately a follow-up of some political process. And I come in, I must admit and declare the interest that I come from Nyanza, so I'm able to see the political process there. I remember, DG, and you will correct me if I am wrong, there were enough public meetings where you said you are now the official opposition to Siaya County, and you are going to be the ones to oversight. I remember that. And I also remember you moving and saying you will be the one to inspect national government processes. And there are clips to this extent. Now, of course, that was, in my view, the natural response that would be there given the serious adversarial process that has been between you and the governor. And what I want to ask myself, what I want to ask you to tell us, are you seriously seeking a...
Hello?
So that every day in the media we are not subjected to political exchanges.
Repeat the question again.
Hello? The question is a reconciliation. Is this part of that is happening between the... And I will ask the governor, that does the governor, how, in order for us to request. One of them, given to you while you attempt to work. What of been working on, respect of which direct... I think I have not colleague secretary check for you entitled to both houses. It is something find at the how if at all or not it's allowance, and at the same time, because of course if that is what SRC has provided, we should be able to tell the governor to provide that. You also want petty cash to be reimbursed for staff allowance. Again, I hope you've given us the relevant documentation that relate to the staff being on duty and the necessary documents for that reimbursement. And then, Chair, there is a few things that DG has asked for in GHIJ. I agree with Senator Tobiko that when you say you want governor to be personally surcharged for not responding to letters you've sent, again, I don't know whether that is adversarial or whether that is conciliatory. It is something you might want to look at. And then there are things you've asked us to ask ESCC and Auditor General to release procurement issues. just for us to note that Auditor General and ESCC are Article 59 commissions that don't get directed by the Senate. It suffices that we actually wrote after the impeachment that we will get to try and get the detail. I don't think you can then tell us to direct them to actually move the whole thing. I hope you've given us your evidence on the appointment of an MCA as an acting DG. I have no clue. That is a completely alien process if it has happened, and I hope you have given the necessary evidence to show that Senator Orengo has, sorry, why am I calling him Senator? That Governor Orengo has indeed appointed an acting DG. But Chair, I hope we can then help get to resolve this issue. Thank you very much.
Okay, you have something?
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I want you, Chair, to apply the same dose of briefness as my Deputy Vice Chair has equally enjoyed herself